Alright, now that we've done the tour for unit number 43, I'll go through and show you where all of the hookups. So first thing right here would be the propane. So right in here for this RV, it has a 20-gallon propane tank. There needs to be no adjustment here. It can be left on the entire time that you're out on your trip. The propane is going to be used to run your refrigerator, your water heater, and your stove. The only exception would be if you had electrical hookups at a campsite. As soon as you plug it into electricity, your refrigerator will switch over to electricity automatically, and it'll just be one less thing running off of propane. The main thing that makes the propane run out the quickest is when our units are rented in the winter time, and when the heaters ran at night. That is one thing that will burn through the propane pretty quickly. Usually the propane could last you anywhere from a week to 2 weeks if you needed it. All the RVs have their own separate batteries for the house unit. Batteries are going to be to control the heater, water heater, electricity for the refrigerator, and then also to turn on the lights and the water pump. If the battery dies at any time, it will need to be charged up either by running the engine or using the generator to keep the battery charged. Up here you have exhaust from both the refrigerator and the heater. The heater one is the one that will get hot if you do run the heater. The refrigerator, you might get some condensation, humming, electronical noise, but I mean, that's not going to be an issue at all. That's going to be completely normal. You have the ladder, but this is for maintenance only. So for safety reasons, no customers are allowed on the top of the RV. This unit, number 43, is actually equipped with a backup camera. In this compartment here is going to be the electrical cord. There's an outlet on the inside. As long as it's plugged into that outlet, it will be connected to the generator. If you were at a campsite with hookups, you would just take that cord and plug it into your campsite for electricity. Alright, so here in this compartment, this is going to be where your electricity will be powered. This cord here, as long as it's plugged into this outlet, you will be connected to the generator. If you were to unplug it at all, you won't get power. If you were at a campsite with hookups, this cord here will be connected to your campsite in order to get electricity for the RV. Is the sewer dump station. So right here, there's going to be two different levers that you'll pull when you go to your dump site. The one on the left, the wider pipe is always going to be for the black, which is connected to the toilet. The gray on this unit will be on the right side, right here, and that you know the difference because the gray is going to be the smaller one. So when at your dump site, you're going to have a sewer hose in one of the compartments that will connect the same way this cap does. It will have hooks that wrap around the knobs at the end of this pipe. And when you actually go to do the dump, you always want to pull the black lever out first to release the waste from the toilet, and then the lever for the gray after, which will rinse out the sewer hose. And then when you're done, close the levers in and put the cap back on to make sure it's secure. Next here is going to be the water heater. The unit here is equipped with a 6-gallon water heater, and it has an automatic switch on the inside in order to turn it on. Next is the generator. So the generator here runs off the same gas tank as the engine. So the main thing you want to remember is not to run the generator when you go under a quarter tank, or else the generator will not turn on. The generator is going to be for running anything powered through any of the electrical outlets, and it will also be used for the air conditioner and the microwaves. But we always have to let the customers know not to run the air conditioner and the microwave at the same time when running the generator. If you do that, it will pop the breaker and you'll have to come in here and reset it. So right in here, to do that, lift up these knobs to the right and pull the door up. And you'll see inside there is a start switch for the generator here. All the units are equipped with a start switch on the inside, so you don't have to turn it on out here every time. But to the right of that is a small black switch. It's hard to see, but it's directly next to the start switch. If you were to run the microwave and the air conditioner at the same time, you will pop the breaker and that switch will flip to the passenger side. If that were to happen, all you have to do is come in here, reset the switch to the driver's side, and start the generator up again. Inside the RV, right in the doorway, we always have the fire extinguisher right here for you. That is the battery disconnect switch. The RV has separate batteries for the house unit, and if this switch were to get turned, you'll lose connection to the battery. You won't get any power for your water pump or anything like that. In order to fix it, all you would need to do is flip it back to the on position. Next to that, you have the switch for the exterior light, and then also this switch will be for the automatic step. This will just turn it off so that it won't open and close when you use the door. Next to that, you have your carbon monoxide alarm and propane leak detector. This alarm will also alert you if the battery dies, and you'll be able to see here the different lights for the different alarms. Right here you have the main control panel for the RV. This control panel shows you the levels for everything on the RV, from the levels of propane, the charge of the battery, the amount of fresh water, and then the level of the holding tanks for the black and gray. To the right of that, you have the log for the generator hours and the generator start switch. In order to turn on the generator, what you would do is you would hold down the stop button to prime it, about 3 to 4 seconds until the light turns on, and once the light turns on, you hold down start until the generator kicks in. Below that, you have the switch for the water heater. To use the water heater, you want to turn the switch about 10 to 15 minutes before you want to expect warm water. Next to that is the water pump. The water pump must be turned on to use anything that requires water, from the shower, the sink, to flushing the toilet. If you had a water connection at a campsite, you would not need the water pump. The Arctic switch is only if you were in below freezing temperatures, and this just keeps the pipes from freezing over. Next to that, you have 2 light switches for the living room and kitchen, and below that you have the switch for the first slide out in the living room / kitchen area.
Extending the living room slide out is as easy as pushing a button. At the front of the RV, inside one of the cabinets, we have our contact information for you. At the front here, for RV tech support, is our owner Edward. If you have any issues or something's not working the way it should, you want to contact Edward and ask him for any help. For drop-off appointments, you would call Eddie and let him know what time to expect you when you are returning the vehicle. And then for any general questions for the office, you would want to call the customer service number. Inside the binder is troubleshooting tips, and it explains to you how things work and turn on. And in the back is the registration.
So when setting up the awning, the first step you want to do is release the gray switches on both arms. The second step is you want to get your awning hook from the back cargo compartment and activate the switch on the top right. The third step, you want to get the awning hook it onto the strap, and pull the awning down towards you. You're going to pull it all the way down until it comes to a stop, and you will see the skirt release from the underside. Step 4, you're going to slide the arms up on both sides until they lock into position at the top. Once locked, you turn the knob hand tight to secure it. And then repeat the process on the other side. The last step, step 5, you will be raising the awning. You can either do it by yourself or with a partner. If you do it by yourself, remember to do it in sections and go back and forth so that you don't hold it up at too high of an angle. If you're going to be away from the RV, or if it gets really windy, remember to close it so that the awning does not get damaged. When closing the awning, you'll be doing the same 5 steps in reverse. Cradle the arm and lower it all the way down till it comes to a stop, and do that with both arms on each side. Then loosen the knob on the top arm and pull the switch from the underside to release the arm and lower it all the way down. Last step, get your awning hook, go to the strap, and remember to keep it 2 to 3 feet to the left so that it does not get tangled on the right side when you raise it up. Pull it down to give it some tension, and flip the switch to raise it up. Use the awning hook at the end of the strap to walk it all the way back so that it does not slam and get damaged. Once it is raised all the way up, pinch the arms together and close those same gray tabs to keep it secure. I hope you enjoyed our video tour of unit number 43 Sunseeker, and I hope I answered any questions you have and you found the information we provided insightful. And I hope to see you soon at Budget RV, where we make RVing affordable.